Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to CNN News, your source for in-depth analysis on global economic trends. Today we delve into a comprehensive examination of the economic performances of Australia, Luxembourg and Nigeria over the past decade, and the forecast for the next 10 years. The Quality of Life Index is a measure that assesses and quantifies the general well-being and living conditions of individuals within a particular geographical area or country. It takes into account various factors that contribute to the overall quality of life, offering a holistic perspective beyond purely economic indicators. Australia's economic overview. Australia, known for its robust economy, has witnessed significant changes in the past decade. In 2012, Australia's GDP stood at $1.547 trillion with a growth rate of 3.9% annually. However, the global pandemic in 2020 led to a brief contraction. By 2022, Australia's economy rebounded, showing resilience with a GDP of $1.533 trillion. Impact on living standards in Australia. The impact on living standards has been nuanced. While the GDP rebounded, there are still disparities. High-income households experienced a swifter recovery than lower-income counterparts. Government stimulus packages played a crucial role, but the recovery is not evenly distributed across all sectors. Now let's compare Australia's performance with two diverse economies, Luxembourg and Nigeria. In 2012, Luxembourg boasted a per capita GDP of $59.78 billion, reflecting to its status as one of the world's wealthiest nations. Meanwhile, Nigeria's GDP per capita was $464 billion, highlighting the challenges faced by an emerging economy. Living standards in Luxembourg surged as reflected in various indicators like healthcare, education, and infrastructure. Nigeria, on the other hand, faced various challenges due to its economic volatility, affecting living standards, especially in rural areas. Luxembourg's economic ascension. Luxembourg, a small European nation often overshadowed, has been quietly ascendant. In 2012, its per capita GDP stood at $59.78 billion, and by 2022, it had climbed all the way up to $82.61 billion. This economic ascent can be attributed to Luxembourg's role as a financial hub and its stable political environment. Nigeria's economic trajectory. Turning our attention to Nigeria, a nation with a diverse economic landscape and its fair share of challenges. In 2012, Nigeria's per capita GDP was $464 billion. What have been the key economic developments in the past decade? Nigeria, an economic powerhouse in Africa, faced the dual challenge of being heavily reliant on oil exports, grappling with internal economic diversification. In 2022, Nigeria's per capita GDP reached $477 billion, showcasing both progress and hurdles. The global pandemic exacerbated existing challenges, particularly in sectors like agriculture and manufacturing. Global pandemic impact and recovery strategies. The global pandemic has been a global game changer for economies worldwide. How did Australia, Luxembourg and Nigeria respond, and what recovery strategies have they implemented? The pandemic prompted unprecedented changes globally. Australia, leveraging its strong healthcare system, implemented strict containment measures, which initially led to an economic contraction. However, swift government intervention, including stimulus packages and targeted investment, played a pivotal role in the recovery. Luxembourg, with its resilient financial sector, weathered the storm more smoothly than anticipated. The nation continued to attract international business, and its commitment to sustainable finance contributed to its economic stability. Nigeria faced the dual challenge of managing the health crisis and mitigating the economic impact. The decline in oil prices hit the nation hard, prompting a reassessment of its economic structure. Efforts towards economic diversification gained momentum, but the journey ahead remains challenging. Australia's Future Quality of Life Index. In economic projections, Australia, the lucky country down under, is under scrutiny as analysts attempt to predict its Quality of Life Index for the year 2032. Looking back, in 2012, Australia's GDP was $1.547 trillion, and by 2022, it demonstrated resilience after a 2020 downturn. Experts foresee a positive outlook for Australia's future. The nation's commitment to technology, sustainable practices, and a diversified economy is expected to contribute to continued economic growth. The recovery from the challenges posed by the global pandemic, which impacted various sectors including tourism and education, is anticipated to be a driving force in Australia's economic narrative. However, challenges persist. Economic disparities, especially in the housing market, may continue to be a point of contention. Additionally, Australia's delicate dance at balancing trade relations, particularly with the United States and China, will play a crucial role in shaping its economic future. As we peer into the crystal ball, the 2032 forecast suggests a nation on a trajectory of steady growth, embracing innovation and sustainability. Australia's journey toward improving quality of life will hinge on its ability to address challenges, foster social inclusion, and navigate the evolving global landscape. Nigeria's future economic predictions. Turning our focus to Nigeria, a nation known for its vibrant culture and economic dynamism, economic analysts are delving into predictions of the year 2032. In 2012, Nigeria's per capita GDP stood at $464 billion and ever since the past decade, the nation faced economic highs and lows. Looking ahead, Nigeria's economic forecast appears to hold promise. Efforts towards economic diversification, particularly in the tech and agriculture sectors, are expected to contribute to its positive growth. The nation's youthful population, often considered a demographic dividend, is anticipated to play a pivotal role in driving innovation and economic growth. However, challenges persist. Infrastructure struggles, regulatory hurdles, and security concerns remain on the economic landscape. Addressing these issues will be essential for Nigeria's sustained development. As the crystal ball remains cloudy, the 2032 outlook suggests a nation at a crossroads. If Nigeria can successfully navigate its challenges, capitalize on its demographic advantage, and foster a business-friendly environment, it has the potential for significant economic growth and improved living standards. Luxembourg's Quality of Life Index predictions for 2032. In economic news, Luxembourg, the small European nation, often known for its financial prowess, is making headlines again. In 2012, its per capita GDP stood at $59.78 billion, and by 2022, it had ascended to $82.61 billion. Now analysts are peering into the crystal ball to predict Luxembourg's Quality of Life Index for the year 2032. If current trends continue, Luxembourg's future appears promising. The nation's role as a financial hub, coupled with a stable political environment, is anticipated to contribute to sustained economic growth. This economic momentum is expected to translate into an enhanced quality of life for its residents. However, challenges loom in the horizon. Despite its economic success, Luxembourg might continue to face housing crises, a common theme in many thriving economies. Additionally, being a small nation in Europe, landscape may pose hurdles that require strategic navigation. In summary, Luxembourg's forecast for 2032 suggests a potential continuation of its high quality of life. The nation's ability to balance economic property with social well-being will be a key factor in shaping its future trajectory. And there you have it, a deep dive into the economic landscapes of Australia, Luxembourg, and Nigeria. From the highs and the lows of the past decade to the strategies employed during the global pandemic. We've explored the intricate tapestry of these diverse economies. As we close this segment, it's clear that each nation faces its unique set of challenges and opportunities. The global landscape is ever evolving, influenced by geological shifts, technological advancements, and the collective response to global crisis. And as we navigate the uncertainties of the next decade, one thing remains certain: the importance of resilience, adaptability, and inclusive economic policies. We've seen how these nations are not only addressing immediate challenges, but also laying the groundwork for a more sustainable and equitable future. Whether it's Australia's focus on technology and sustainable practices, Luxembourg's commitment to financial resilience and sustainable finance, or Nigeria's journey toward economic diversification and inclusive growth. These nations showcase the dynamic nature of economic strategies. And to our viewers, stay tuned for more in-depth analysis on CNN. I'm Abdullah Mohammed and I'm signing off. Good afternoon.